assistant or a senior carer or a social care worker and you live abroad, this year 2022 and beyond is for you, because you can now come into the UK with your dependents if you so wish. I'm sure you've been seeing videos around about this news, but today in this video I will be giving you information about how much you will be earning per year, an average amount of what you'll be earning per hour, and also how many hours you'll be working per week, and also what is expected of you with regards to skills and knowledge, and also some restrictions and requirements you need to know, and also some other things that you need to know that I will be releasing in the next video. And lastly, list of companies recruiting people at the moment in your category. If this is of interest to you, please stay tuned, subscribe to my channel, like this video if you do at the end of this video, and please share this video. Thank you so much. Stay tuned. So first, like you've probably been seeing, watching or hearing around, the UK is recruiting massively, from healthcare workers to HGV drivers to poultry farm workers. I mean, this is your time to shine. This is time to migrate if indeed you are ready. But there are some things you need to know. So with this big announcement going around, the summary is just that people in this job category, healthcare assistant, care workers and co, can now apply under the health and care visa type. And the implication is that, you know, they can do this for 12 months, after which it gets reviewed. So that's what the Govt.uk website says at the moment. And the implication at the end of the day is that you will pay a visa fee of £232 when this job category gets put on the shortage occupation list. So you will get your visa, you know, processed faster than every other person who is not in this job category or under the shortage occupation list. Also, employers are being encouraged to apply for their sponsorship certificate, and that way they can bring you in as an immigrant. So that's the summary, so to say. You can come in alone or with your dependents and all of that. But in this video, I have come to give you more than that, as I've explained in the intro. Hi, my name is Olubukola Akimolayo Ogundele. I'm a registered nurse. I live and work in the UK, England to be precise, and I do videos on nursing, entertainment, lifestyle. I do a bit of everything. If this is what interests you, please subscribe to my channel. It promises to be educative, entertaining, and so much more. Right, without any further ado, can we just go into the video of today? I am assuming you have seen everywhere the modifications happening to, you know, the job sector in the UK. Now the very happening one is for you in the healthcare system. Do you work as a healthcare assistant in a private hospital, in a government hospital, wherever it is you work, and you're wondering, how can I come into the UK? How can I take advantage of what's happening now? So just to start with the juicy part, so if you're married or you're not married, or you've got a dependent around and you want to come with them, you can also come with them on this visa type. Number one juicy part is you will be paying just £232 for your visa, because this job category can now apply for the health and care visa, and that's just the price to pay. And also your dependents will pay just that amount, and also this job category will be added on the shortage occupation job list. And the implication is that apart from paying a lesser visa fee, you will also get your process fastened up. There will be priority given to your process, and that way you can come in yourself or with your family quicker, which sounds very good considering what some people have been through. Aren't you lucky? So moving forward quickly, like, okay, I'm interested. Now, what do I do? Number one, you can qualify if you've been working for at least 6 months as a healthcare assistant, senior care worker, social care worker, in your setting, whatever your setting is, and your people, that's your senior, your bosses, can provide an evidence. They can provide a reference should they get asked, and that is number one way to go about it. Number two way is you are like a main carer for your granddad, your dad, your mom, your grandmom, whosoever it is. You've been doing this, you've got evidences to show that you've been taking them to the hospital. Everybody can tell indeed that you've been the main carer. You can get some kind of certificate from a doctor who you've probably been supporting your grandmom or your granddad or your uncle, you know, to go take treatment from. You can get like a certificate or an evidence to show that indeed you've been actively involved. They know very well that you take care of your uncle or whosoever the person is actively actively, that qualifies you to becoming your granddad or your uncle's carer. That's what we call them here in the UK. So indeed, you can be somebody who doesn't get paid for something, but you're actively involved in it because of family ties or whatever it is. So that can be a qualifying factor, but you need to have an evidence, like a very concrete one. Another way is you're not a healthcare assistant, you probably don't know much about it, and you're wondering, what do I do? How do I go about it? I also want to be a part of it. I've got the skills, I've got the interest, I want to move abroad. What you can then do is volunteer yourself to work, whether paid or unpaid. Well, as a voluntary thing, ideally you shouldn't get paid, but if they pay you good, to work in a private setting that is very reputable, that can, give you a reference, give you a letter if you need it, and also maybe a government hospital, just write a letter to their whatever they call them, senior doctor, and just say to them that I am interested to volunteer for a period of 6 months. Remember, you have to show evidence of this volunteering job or this voluntary work for at least 6 months. So that's how it works. And remember, you have to have someone who can give you a letter indeed, or a reference indeed, to show that you have been with them for that long. Right, another way, especially for those watching abroad, say UK here, and you also want to take advantage of it, what you can do is you can apply for a college course. You can apply for the level 1 certificate in health and social care. Also, you can apply for the level 2 diploma in care, or you could apply for the level T in health. I will put a link for those of you abroad. These are things that we do here in the UK as an example. If there's something that looks like it where you are from, you can look into it and then apply for it. Of course, every uni that does that, or every college that offers such courses, would have their own entry requirements, so you want to check with them. But I will put a link or a screenshot at the end of this video and a link in my description box, just so you see what the requirements can most likely be and if you will be qualifying for them. So quickly, I will be jumping into what your salary can be. So your annual salary can range between £13,500 to £25,000, depending on what your experience is. So if you've been doing this, you've got the experience back to back, you've got evidences to show for this, then you might be earning up to £25,000. And you know what? That's just about what a band 5 registered nurse, somebody who went into school for nursing, that is about what they earn anyway. So if you've got experience and you've been doing this for long, you have things to show for it. Hey, you've got a very huge chance of earning at least 12 to 14 to 15 pounds per hour. But if you don't have that much experience, do not worry, you will gather it as you get on, you will go up the band as you get on, and that's how it works in the UK. And another question people have been asking is, and for how long will I be working in a week so I can plan my life? So you will be working on an average of 35 to 40 hours a week, depending on the setting you are. You might be in the NHS setting or the primary setting, or whatever it is, but that's the range. But I will be releasing a video shortly about what has been going on, because this whole health and care visa, or healthcare assistant visa, and everything going on around this healthcare assistant senior carer job is not new. It's been announced since August 2020, and there are people who have come in who have taken advantage of it. But the reason why everybody is now talking about it is because they want to be added for 12 months on the health and care visa. So as a senior carer, also ever coming from abroad, you can be on you can be on the health and care visa, and then everything will be expedited and everything will be made favorable for you, and you can come in quickly as a way to meet what's happening, like the demand that is happening at the moment in the UK with regards to staffing. So that being said, there are people who have been here since August 2020 and they do not have a very palatable experience. Not everyone. So I will be doing a video shortly. I will release this one and release that one next. You want to watch it? It's just to prepare your mind, not because you're not going to come. You can still come anyway, but just to prepare your mind, and that way there is no shock hitting you. So moving forward, I've told you the number of hours you will be working on the average, and you might be doing evening shifts, might be doing night shifts, and you might be doing weekends as well. So prepare your mind, and that way you will not be shocked in any way. So I just thought to mention that part. So next I'll be talking about the skills requirements. You're wondering, I'm not a people's person, I don't like blood, I don't like poop, I don't like wee. So what are you doing in this job? If you don't like it, to be very honest, you don't want to come in here and then begin to act as though or make it obvious you don't like it, because they'll wonder if indeed you've provided the right information for them for application. And if they get that you've lied to them at some point, they might not be very happy with you. You might get sent home. Anything could happen. So for that reason, you want to listen to the skill requirements. Sorry, babies, yeah. So the first thing you want to know about skills and knowledge to have is you have to have the desire to help people. I mean, if you're not very keen, you're not keen on helping people, then this might not be for you, to be honest. You don't want to come in and begin to mess up. Number 2 is you have to be very understanding, and you have to be very, very happy to help work with people as well. So you will be having colleagues. It's not going to be just you. So you have to be very happy to work with them, work as a team. A good communication skill is something you want to work on if you don't have as well. Remember, how we communicate back home is not how it is here. The culture is just different with regards to communication and so many things. So you want to make sure that indeed you work on your communication skills. You're happy to learn. You're open to learning and all of that, and you will do excellently well. Also, you want to be able to pay attention to details, accept criticism, especially constructive criticisms. Also, ability to stay calm, because there are times that the job will be very hard and you have to stay calm through it, because you have to show professionalism through it all. So these are things that you want to make sure of before you can see that, okay, I've got the skills, I've got the knowledge required. Also, if you've got good IT skill, or IT your hands-on skills, whatever we call it, is good, it will be of advantage to you. And your handheld, you're good with handheld devices, because you might be using some of them. It will be of advantage to you, because you won't have to learn from the scratch. But if you don't have such skills, do not worry, you will be taught on the job. Right, so there are some restrictions and requirements to know as well. They will be very glad if you can drive, but if you cannot, do not worry. So it might be a requirement, like a desired one, but it might not be essential. I mean, it's not essential. If you can't, you can't. And if you can, you come in with your international driver's license. You can use it for a year here in the UK. And also something to note is if you will be carrying out your police check back in your country, so you want to make sure that your police record is good. And also lastly, with regards to requirements and restrictions, because you will be doing a bit of manual handling, so they will teach you the skills necessary, or the competency. You get trained, and of course you build your competency and capability as you get on. But for starters, you want to make sure that you're good, you can safely move people, you don't have back problems. That way you don't come in and you're telling them, sorry, I've got back pain, sorry this, sorry that, if you get what I mean. So that's another requirement. Right, so last but not the least is, how long will it take? That's another question people ask. How long will it take? Should I start today? Like I said, this bringing healthcare assistants in, senior carers in, is not new. It's been on since August 2020, but I've just told you the modifications that have occurred with it now. So that being said, if eventually we get this job on the shortage occupation list, as we are all expecting, then ideally it should take 28 days, maximum 2 months. But you see how you get on. When you apply, your company helping you to come in will support you. They will answer all of those questions for you. But ideally, say when you start today with all of your documentation and everything, it might be about 3 months, give or take. Could be less, could be a tad bit more. So that's how it works. And I suppose I've answered all the questions I've gotten around. Hiya, darling. All the questions I've got around coming into the UK to work as a healthcare assistant. There's a next video I'll be putting up right away. It's about perks, the things to look out for. Some complaints we've been getting around this visa type, around those that have come in so far. You want to see this video. Stay tuned.